Welcome. Explore history's captivating killers and thieves. Subscribe, like, and share to join our thrilling journey. Who is Arnoldo Jimenez, and why is he on the FBI's most wanted list? That's the question we're going to delve into today. Arnoldo Jimenez, a name that may not ring a bell for most of you, but for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, it's a name that's been on their radar for years. Born and raised in the United States, Jimenez led a seemingly ordinary life until May 2019, when he was catapulted into infamy. His name was added to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list, a short list reserved for individuals who have committed heinous crimes and are still at large. But why is Jimenez on this list? The answer lies in a grim story from May 2012, a story that revolves around the murder of his wife, Estrella Carrera. Estrella, a loving mother, was found dead in her own apartment in Burbank, Illinois. The circumstances of her death were anything but natural. It is believed that Jimenez stabbed her multiple times in his car before dragging her body into the apartment. When she failed to pick up her children, alarm bells rang, and her family discovered the horrifying truth. Following the gruesome discovery, Jimenez was charged with first-degree murder. A federal warrant was issued for his arrest, marking the beginning of a manhunt that would span across states and even countries. Today, Jimenez remains elusive, a ghost on the run, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a family grappling with loss. Investigators have tracked his cell phone usage to various locations in Illinois, Tennessee, Arkansas, Texas, and even Mexico. Yet, despite these leads, Jimenez continues to be a specter, his whereabouts unknown. The crime scene tells a chilling tale of murder, a woman found dead in her bathtub in Burbank, Illinois. This is just the beginning of the unfolding mystery of Arnoldo Jimenez, a man who transformed from an ordinary American citizen to one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives. Estrella Carrera was found dead just hours after her wedding. A day that should have been filled with joy and celebration turned into a nightmare for the Carrera family. Estrella's life was tragically cut short, her dreams unfulfilled. She was discovered in her apartment, her lifeless body revealing the horrific end she had met. The crime scene was gruesome, painting a terrifying picture of the events that had unfolded. Estrella had been stabbed multiple times, the violence of the act a chilling testament to the rage that had driven it. But the horror didn't end there. The investigators believed that the crime wasn't committed in the safety of her home. No, it was believed to have taken place in a setting far more chilling, inside a car. Arnoldo Jimenez, her new husband, was the prime suspect. Investigators pieced together a macabre sequence of events. They believed that Jimenez, in a fit of uncontrollable anger, had turned on his newlywed wife while they were in his car. The car had become a moving crime scene, its confines witnessing the horrifying act. The attack was savage, fueled by an anger that was beyond comprehension. Estrella had been subjected to multiple stabs, her pleas for mercy falling on deaf ears. And then, in a final act of desecration, it is believed that Jimenez dragged her body into the apartment. He left her there, alone and lifeless, a horrifying end to a day that had started with vows of love and commitment. Estrella's family, unaware of the horrific tragedy, began to worry when she failed to pick up her children. A sense of unease turned into dread, leading them to report her missing. It was then that the gruesome discovery was made. Estrella Carrera, a newlywed, a mother, a daughter, had been brutally murdered. The joy of the wedding was replaced with the horror of a crime scene, the white bridal dress a stark contrast to the violent end she had met. Her family reported her missing when she failed to pick up her children, leading to the gruesome discovery. Charged with first-degree murder, the hunt for Jimenez was on. As the dust settled on the horrific crime scene, law enforcement agencies sprang into action, determined to bring the fugitive to justice. The initial investigations were a whirlwind of activity. Detectives, following a trail of electronic breadcrumbs, began tracking Jimenez's cell phone usage. The digital footprints were scattered across the country, from Illinois to Tennessee, then to Arkansas and Texas. This trail even stretched beyond the borders of the United States, leading them to Mexico. Each ping on the map painted a picture of a man on the run, desperately trying to evade the long arm of the law. Parallel to the digital manhunt, another breakthrough surfaced: Jimenez's black Maserati. The luxury car was discovered in the garage of his brother Humberto. But this was not just an abandoned vehicle. It was a chilling crime scene in itself. Inside the car, investigators found traces of blood, a silent witness to the gruesome crime. This discovery added a new twist to the investigation. Police started to believe that Humberto might have aided Arnoldo in his escape, driving him to Mexico and leaving him there. The presence of the blood-stained Maserati and the cell phone trail together formed a compelling narrative. They pointed to a desperate flight south, away from the scene of the crime. These pieces of evidence painted a chilling picture of Arnoldo Jimenez's frantic attempts to evade justice. As the investigation wore on, the net around Jimenez seemed to tighten. The FBI, working closely with local law enforcement agencies, started to zero in on his possible whereabouts. The trail led investigators to believe that Jimenez was hiding in Mexico. Despite extensive efforts, Jimenez remains at large. The relentless pursuit of justice has spanned years and crossed borders, with the FBI hot on his trail. The American fugitive, who has been on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list since May of 2019, has managed to elude capture, leaving a trail of clues that investigators have been painstakingly piecing together. The search has led authorities from Illinois through Tennessee, Arkansas, Texas, and down to Mexico. His last known whereabouts were traced to his brother Humberto's garage in September 2012, where his black Maserati was found with blood inside. It's believed that Humberto drove Arnoldo to Mexico and left him there, a suspicion that has only intensified the international manhunt. The FBI, in its unwavering commitment to bring Jimenez to justice, believes that he is hiding in Durango or Reynosa, Mexico. These regions have become the focal points in the search. Agents are working tirelessly on the ground, collaborating with local law enforcement, and using every resource at their disposal to locate him. To aid in the hunt, a reward of up to $250,000 has been offered for information leading to his capture. This substantial sum reflects the urgency and importance of apprehending Jimenez. It's an invitation to the public to join in the pursuit, to remain vigilant, and to assist in the delivery of justice. Yet, as the search continues, the memory of Estrella Carrera's tragic death serves as a grim reminder of the justice that is yet to be served. Her life, tragically cut short, is the driving force behind this relentless pursuit. It's a stark reminder that while Jimenez remains free, justice remains elusive. And so, the hunt goes on, fueled by the hope that one day, justice will be served. So, who is Arnoldo Jimenez, and why is he on the FBI's most wanted list? Let's take a moment to recap the unsettling tale we've been through. Arnoldo Jimenez, an American fugitive, sits on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list since May 2019. His crime? The brutal murder of his wife, Estrella Carrera, in May 2012. Estrella was found lifeless in her apartment's bathtub in Burbank, Illinois, after being reported missing by her family. She had been stabbed multiple times in Jimenez's car before her body was taken into the apartment, a chilling act of violence that shocked the community and the nation. As for Jimenez, he was charged with first-degree murder, and a federal warrant was immediately issued for his arrest. However, catching him proved to be no easy task. Investigators traced his cell phone usage across several states, including Illinois, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Texas, and even across the border into Mexico. In September 2012, Jimenez's black Maserati was discovered in his brother Humberto's garage, with traces of blood inside. This discovery led authorities to believe that Humberto had driven Arnoldo to Mexico and left him there. The FBI now suspects that Jimenez is hiding in either Durango or Reynosa, Mexico. $250,000 is being offered as a reward for information leading to his capture, an indication of how seriously the FBI is taking this case and their determination to bring Jimenez to justice. As we conclude this disturbing narrative, it's important to remember why we're telling it. It's not just about the manhunt or the chase, but about a life tragically cut short. As we await the day justice is served, we remember Estrella Carrera and the life that was tragically cut short.